Tonight, the Public Utilities Commission has found evidence that the Guam Power Authority may be overcharging commercial customers who are taking measures to save energy. GPA is disputing the findings, and now an energy consultant firm warns that if GPA does not correct the problem, they may have to pay back millions of dollars in overcharges. PNC's Tim McHenry has this report.
PNC reached out to the company who raised the complaint, First Green Solutions, and they argue that GPA is overcharging customers who are taking measures to become more energy efficient by incorrectly calculating a customer's power factor. The power factor is the ratio between what the customer uses and the power that the customer does not use. According to PUC documents, power factor can be explained from, quote, the beer analogy. It goes as follows. The thirst-quenching portion of your beer is represented by kilowatts, or the power that you use in your home. The foam in a beer represents the kVAR, or the power that you don't use. The kVA, which is ultimately the power factor, is the ratio of beer to foam. So the less foam you have, or unusable power, the more usable power, or in this analogy, drinkable beer you have available. Last month, Lummis, the company appointed by the PUC to investigate First Green Solutions' complaint, sampled 25 bills and found one example for a commercial customer of, quote, 10 months worth of overcharging, end quote. Furthermore, First Green maintains that GPA's method of calculation is incorrect, and they provided PNC with an example, which is the Eulalie Shopping Center. Based on GPA's calculation, Eulalie's power bill for December of 2015 was $24,965.19. This was based on a power factor of 97%. First Green says that Eulalie's power factor by law should be based on an average of the 5 months worth of power factors. This is the standard rate. Based on that, First Green recalculated the bill and found that GPA had overcharged Eulalie by at least $1,800 for just December alone. First Green owner Rick Sparaccio says that if GPA has been calculating the power factor based on what the smart meter says, ignoring other critical calculations, then they have been overcharging customers by understating their savings for years. First Green Solutions says that more sophisticated calculations are required than just reading the default numbers the smart meter spits out. According to PUC documents, GPA maintains that no manual calculations are needed when calculating power factor because smart meters, quote, directly read kWh, kVAH, and kW and do not require manual calculations to come up with power factor as First Green is suggesting, end quote. Based on the Lummis findings, the PUC has determined that there is evidence that GPA has been overcharging customers with a power factor of over 85%, but more information is needed from GPA. Therefore, the PUC has ordered the Guam Power Authority to provide the PUC with documentation detailing how it arrives at power factor adjustment, as well as how kilowatts per hour were calculated under the old analog meters and the new smart meters. PNC asked for a response from GPA. Here's spokesperson Art Paris.
At this point, I can report that response is being reviewed by legal counsel and will be forwarded to the PUC for their consideration and deliberation.
Sparaccio tells PNC that, quote, we have made adjustments in our design to compensate for this smart meter issue that will provide savings to our clients with even more savings possible when this issue is fully corrected. For PNC News, I'm Tim McHenry.
A similar case was reported in California in which ratepayers filed a class action lawsuit in 2009 against Pacific Gas and Electric, or PG&E, for allegedly overbilling customers based on 1,600 flawed smart meters. The smart meters in that case were manufactured by Landis and GYR. Landis and GYR also supplied GPA with their smart meters for the majority of its residential customers, according to the Landis and GYR website.